let's get this started. Let's see. There we go. Alright, we're back in it. Hi everyone. Yeah, so yesterday was fun. So I thought, let's go back and play some more Morrowind. Seemed like a good idea. So, when last we left off, we were doing some business with the Mages Guild.
What do you want, Outlander?
Specifically with, yeah, we were talking to this lady about advancing us in the guild, and we did so. We got advanced by, I remember, we sabotaged one of our favorite, like one of our fellow guild members, and that was enough to give us a promotion. So we are now, let's see, what are we? What's our rank? We are now a journeyman of the Mages Guild. We became a journeyman by helping Ashira. And I don't think we're done helping Ashira, so let's just go talk to her. We're gonna need a place to store all this stuff momentarily. Luckily, there's a place in Balmora where we can do that. I actually think I was doing that yesterday when we played, but I got distracted. Of course, yeah, we have the Boots of Blinding Speed, and we have broken the curse, at least for now.
Well, how does the day greet you?
Warm day to you, friend.
Hello, Ashira. What brings you to Ashira's shop? Let's talk. Let's talk more duties, shall we? Actually, let's see what you have for barter. Potions of light, grief, mastay, common disease. What do you think? Water walking. I'm not looking for anything specific here. I'm just like checking out her stock. This is okay, but I don't know that I need any more. Alright, let's talk duties. Ashira must now study local flowers. Yes, Ashira must study local flowers now. Ashira needs samples of gold canet, stoneflower petals, willow anther, and heather. These can all be found on the shores of Lake Amaya. Let's talk about these. So we walked past some gold flower, some gold canet early on when we were going to look for mushrooms. Didn't pick it up because I didn't think to pick it up. Gold canet grows near rocks, has yellow flower and broad dark green leaves. The leaves are spiny, so Ashira warns you not to touch the leaves. Stoneflower are dark and blue, their stems bend towards the ground where they are in bloom. The leaves look like they are folded along the stems. Willow flowers are reddish and tall, but they do not bend to the ground like stone flowers. The leaves are long and thin. Heather has needles like the trees in Skyrim and High Rock, but it grows near the ground and has pink flowers. And this Lake Amaya thing, if I could stop clicking Willow Anther, there we go. Tune in to watch me fail to click a thing. Lake Amaya. And to get to the Lake Amaya, go southeast of Balmora, past Fourth Moonmoth. Then follow the signs and take the road to Pelagriad. After you cross the Foya da Mamea, go towards Suran at the next crossroads. All flowers Ashira needs are near the path to Suran, which runs along the north shore of Lake Amaya. Alright, let's talk about that Foyada. Yeah, the Foyada. I mentioned this last time, but yeah, it's the valleys made by lava from Red Mountain. Foyada Mamea is very old, very easily recognized, An old Dreamer bridge crosses the Foyada near Fourth Moonmoth. Cool. So let's go and look at that place.
An adventurer, I presume.
Well, you are correct, ma'am. Also a mage, but you know, good guess.
Do you have something to say, Outlander?
No, nothing in particular. Just gonna go flower hunting. Let's see. So what she described was us heading in this direction, and this is the lake that she spoke of. We could we could hoof it. We could also try and fly. Let's not fly in the storm. Seems like a shitty idea. Even though, yeah, there are no chance of us getting struck by lightning. But you know, if we keep close to the ground, we might also spot some flowers. So we could pick those on our way, like this. Creshweed and chokeweed and more cresh. So yeah, welcome back to the island of Vvardenfell, everyone. A rue brush. Yeah, we're basically just like picking stuff off the ground now because it's very useful for alchemical crafting. Although we are horrifyingly inept at alchemy presently, we will get better. This weather, though. Have anything? Got nothing. Okay. Let's just keep moving. So the lake is on the other side of this ridge, and this is the volcanic canyon from the Red Mountain. Burned out trees, charred rock, all the good stuff that we would expect from a giant volcano sitting in the middle of the island. Yes, that is the volcano. That is the so-called Red Mountain. Which is not a very welcoming place, let's put it like that. But we'll get there eventually. Especially like... we'll actually get there earlier than you would in the main quest, because we'll be doing work for the temple too. And doing that will take us... to the Red Mountain. Or it will take us closer to the Red Mountain. Get some stuff, let's just... pick some swag off the ground. Everything here, like, I know I like belabored this point when we played yesterday, but this is like, it looks really nice. The game was beautiful on launch. Our athletics just went up. The game was beautiful on launch. It hasn't aged well, but the work they put into this and just like making it utterly gorgeous it's quite impressive. Anything down here? No, nothing we need. Okay, so let's see. We have picked some stuff. We have got some heather, so we have heather flowers. We have black anther, but we need a different kind of anther. These are stone flowers. So we have, and these are the willow flowers. So now we have willow anther. We have we forgotten anything? We have, let's see, we have heather. We have gold canet. We have stone flowers. Where is the... we just picked them up, so I must have skipped them. Where are they? Hyperphasia, crash fiber, marshmallow, moon sugar, muck, netch, razor plumes, rat meat, resin, rhubarb, salt rice, script jerky, spore pods, stone flowers, trauma roots, violet caprinicus, wickweeds, and willow anther. There it is. Okay, so willow anther. So I think that's all of them, right? Gold canet, willow anther, heather, stone flower, heather. Yeah, good. So we got all of it. So let's just go back to Ashira and hand this in. We could continue along the coast here, not along the coast, along this lake, pick more stuff. This is pretty lush territory. But I mean, we'll be doing plenty of like walking around the land and like extracting its riches, picking flowers, adventuring in mines and so on, as we just go adventuring. So right now there's no need to keep keep investigating the lake. We can just return to Ashira, and we could try and do so with we don't have a we have a scroll of Almsimi intervention. Let's try that. Okay, so scrolls of Almsimi intervention, just to reiterate, will take us back to the nearest temple, and the nearest temple just so happens to be in Balmora. So if we cast this scroll, whoosh, we're back in Balmora. Now, sometimes this can trick us up, right? You can get tricked up by this if you think you are closer to one place than you, and like a temple in, let's say, in Balmora, but you're actually close to the temple in Aldrune, then you cast scroll and suddenly you might find yourself further away from where you intended to go. And that's just like the risk we take by using this rando teleport, rando teleport magic.
Is there something I can do for you, Outlander?
Nope, not just yet, Rhaenys. Need to, but maybe later.
How may I help you, Dunmer?
House of Troubles. We're gonna be reading some books today, I decided. Yesterday we got like off to a quicker start because I thought like let's not spend too much time reading, but we will start reading now. Basically because there is a lot of good stuff to be gotten from reading in this game. I'm not just talking like lore, but there is like hidden stuff in the books that you can use in the game, like hints of locations secreted away, recipes for alchemical concoctions also like hidden away in certain tomes. Some of them obvious, some of them not. Alright, so let's see. Does Tamriel have the flowers for Ashira? Yes, I do. Yes, these are the flowers that Ashira needs. Ashira has made more potions for you, and hope that you will use them well. Cool, so we got 6 cheap Restore Magicka potions. That's good. Restore Magicka is basically always welcome. That is the one potion that we will just stack to high heaven forever and ever. Ashira must study these flowers and mushrooms. Tamriel knows this. Why does Tamriel pester Ashira now? I guess that's true. We could go and ask Rhaenys if we're eligible for another advancement, because we picked some flowers. That makes us a wizard. I need someone... Oh, I asked her for duties. And she has duties for us now. Cool. Let's talk advancement first, though. You meet the requirements, Tamriel. Sorry. You meet the requirements, Tamriel, but you have not yet completed the duties expected of an evoker. Cool. So, picking flowers, not sufficient. Okay, that's cool. It's nice to know that the Mages Guild has standards. Right? The Imperial bureaucracy exists for a reason. So, she has some duties for us, so we could totally go and do that. I need someone to convince an ex-Telvanni to join us. While you're there, you can collect Manwë's guild dues. I am not gonna collect guild dues from the god of the wind and eagles. If we go to see Manwë, that sounds awesome, but I'm not gonna pressure him for money. That seems like an awful idea. Nerd references. The Telvanni's name is Larar Bereloth. He is in Sullypund. If you can convince him to join my guild, kill him. If you can't convince him to join, kill him. While you're there, collect the guild dues from Manwë. She is in Punabi nearby. Oh, so we're not talking about the Valar then. That's a shame. It's almost like I didn't know that. Sullypund is further along the trail from Punabi. Sullypund is just before the fork in the path. And Punabi? Leave Balmora going towards Fourth Moonmoth to the east. Cross the old Dwemer Bridge, just north of the fort that leads into Molag Go past the Dwemer Ruin and follow the winding trail east until you reach the lake. You will see Mirandus to your south. I will mark this stronghold on your map. Head north towards Mirandus on the path between the hills. Punabi will be on your right, and Sullypund is further up the path to the left. Just follow the signs to Molag Mar. Cool, let's do it. So, what is more like a moor? It is the rocky uninhabited wilderness interior of southeastern Vvardenfell. There are only a few paths in the area, and travel is hazardous because of the lava pools. That sounds welcoming.
Is
Yep.
there something I can do for you, Outlander?
That sounds like a party. That's absolutely horrifyingly annoying. Yeah, we're doing a major skill quest right now. Basically just like getting some spellcasting capacity under our fingers, picking up some items on the way.
Is there something
So,
I can do for you?
let's see. It's so the thing she talked about, Miranda's, is over here. We'll be heading out across a bridge here, going out, and then the locations we're looking for are somewhere north of there. So, she did mention lava pools. So let's just check our potion stock for a second. We are playing at Dunmer. We have fire resistance in case of an accident, but for just to be on the safe side, maybe we go and buy a potion of some fire resistance. We have poison resistance, we have night eye, we have restore health. Everything looks fine. Let's go and see if we can grab a potion from this lady. Do we still have Moonsugar? We do. Let's drop our drugs on the ground as always. Restore health, restore magicka. Oh! Let's take some restore magicka potions actually while we're here. Fortify health, restore fatigue, restore magicka. Blight disease, common disease, paralyzation, disease resistance. Come on. Anything? You got anything? You got what I want? No, you don't. Oh well. Actually, I won't be overpaying you. What am I doing? Misclicks. Not the good kind of misclicks. Not the entertaining roleplay kind of misclicks.
You're not what I expected.
Well, what have we here?
Get out of my way.
Interesting.
Annoying. Alright, so yeah, this is an old game in motion right here. But luckily, there is something we can do if we don't want to wait for the NPCs to pick up the slack, we can use this command.
An adventurer, I presume.
Just to like reset the NPCs to their locations in the cell, which is an easy way of dealing with NPCs stopping in the doorway. It's basically just the limitations of an old game. Alright. Any fire resistance going on here? Paralysis, water breathing. Fire shield. Thank you. That should be sufficient, I hope. You have any more? You don't, but you have an invisibility potion. I will take that, because if I recall correctly, the area we're about to travel into is pretty annoying. Like, it's pretty lousy with mobs, especially cliff racers, who are just complete cancer. So let's make sure we have some potions to keep us afloat. And we have way too much junk here, but that's fine because we're just going to get some new members in the guild. We're not there to steal everything they own. Yeah, definitely. There was like to newcomers playing this game, looking at stuff like NPCs getting stuck in the doorways and so on, and like these little like weirdnesses, like could be quite a turn off. But luckily there is the console command to make you easily deal with that. But to like me and to people who've like played this game a lot, either growing up or just like have a lot of nostalgia tied into it, it's almost like this charming little like this little quirk of the game that is almost welcoming. It's annoying like suffering it over a long time, but when like every now and then there's like this little thing that you just fondly remember because you're associated with weird memories, right? It's kind of a weird thing that something annoying can make you happy. But it is. Like, to me, the Silt Strider operator in Balmora, for example. Like, every other time I played this game, whenever I go to Balmora on the Silt Strider, the NPC shifts a little bit closer to the edge, like just tad by tad by tad, and eventually he'll fall off. And it's not like it's gonna hurt him. It's just weird because then I have to go outside the walls to talk to the operator of the Silstrider instead of going up the platform. So, like, for some reason, like that little thing, I can't see that without smiling. They have a damn cliff racer in the horizon. Oh yeah, that's right. This guy's hostile. Never mind. So we can wait out his spell casting. The game does not expect us to just like shut up and put up. Also, see, as you can see here, we can dodge his projectiles. But you might be thinking, because I know this was an issue. I think this was an issue in Oblivion, that some NPCs had unlimited mana or unlimited magicka. This is not the case for this game. He is spending his magicka doing that, and we will eventually exhaust his supply, and then he'll be forced to engage us in melee, which is a bit less. Yeah, it's a bit less difficult than eating whatever he's tossing at us. Let's actually replace our bound dagger spell with our spear. There it is. Ow! Alright, I'm just gonna wait this one out. Where's my ring? Let's heal up. Come on! Ugh. He's gonna be out soon. There it is. Alright, and then we just wait for the skeleton to dissipate. There you go. Eat it. That's right. You're not so tough without your magicka, are you? Let's see. What did we say yesterday? It was we wanted to be like it has to be worth its 5 times worth its weight in gold or something. Like, roughly speaking, for us to want to bother to pick it up. Yeah, no. None of this is actually worth picking up. Not considering how much it'll weigh us down anyway. So this is you remember when I said that we will be picking all alchemical ingredients up? I'm gonna stick by that and pick this scrap metal up, but scrap metal is annoyingly heavy. It is somewhat useful as an alchemical ingredient, but Jesus wept, it's so heavy. There's a lot of money to be made from plundering dwarven ruins in this game, but it is such a, like, just backbreaking to actually do it. Like that place right there, that is a dwarven, or in this game it's a Dwemer ruin. The Dwemer race are basically dwarves. But everything in there just weighs a metric ton. Oh dear. Alright, that's a cliff racer. These razor plumes, actually pretty cool. I think they're an alchemical ingredient for either levitation potions or feather potions, both of which are really useful. And we got a dust storm. Annoying. That's always like, that was one of the things that I thought was really cool when I first like loaded this game up when I was younger, was that there was that little character animation to deal with the storms. It was just like, back then that was a nifty trait. It was like, oh cool, the game is so, like, so immersive because my character is reacting that way. Yep, I see you, that's right. Pick everything up, see-me intervention. That is totally a way of doing it. Like, that is the strategy for going tomb robbing in this game. It's just picking everything up and just dodging out of there. That's why we use scrolls of see-me intervention, because we pick everything up until we're like overloaded to hell. Then we drink Sushuma, which boosts our strength by like 40 points, so we can still move. Then we use, and it also docks our intelligence, so we don't have any magic left, so we can't cast the spell. But if we have it on a scroll, we can just cast the scroll, we go back to civilization, and because we have the booze to help us carry the heavy lifting, we can run to the shops and just like throw everything in the face of the vendors and be like, take it before this runs out, and then we can move freely again. Alright, so... bleh. This is not where we're going, but... yeah. Yeah, magic items in this game are really cool. Like, there are some of them who are just like... they seem lame when you look at them, and indeed, like, there's a lot of items in the game because magic is sort of ubiquitous. There's a lot of magic in this game that's not worth writing home about. But then there are the other items. Holy everything, like, holy tribunal. Some of the items in this game are sick. Alright, let's see. This Nyx Hound is pissing me off. There we go. Hound. So, as I mentioned, I think when we are doing the Great Houses quests, I'll be going for House Telvanni. Now, all the Great Houses have cool magic items, but House Telvanni are just out of this world bonkers. Like, literally insane people. Insane wizards living in their insane towers with insane magic items just like hidden in their drawers and like in their hampers and forgotten places on the shelves and behind doors, and the things you get doing quests for the Telvanni are mad, and they make you nigh on to a god in this world. Yup, Boots of Blinding Speed. I'm wearing those beautiful puppies right now. That's why everything is going so quickly. We made this spell last session, the Hexbreaker, which gives us 100% resistance to magicka for 1 second, so just like cast it, and then immediately like open the inventory, put the boots on, and deal with the deal with the curse. Where is it? I can hear it. I hear it. I bet you it's a cliff razor. Yeah, it's a really nifty trick. It took me entirely too long. Turn up your brightness? Yeah, I never thought of that because I'm not that clever. It took me entirely too long to figure this trick out, but apparently, so when you apply a negative effect on yourself, like on a magic item that has like a constant debuff, it strikes you like in the moment you put it on. It's not like it continues to reapply. It's just like boom, you have this thing. So if you have a resistance to magicka, when you put it on, it gets blocked, which is nifty. Anyway, this is getting a little bit too cozy in terms of like potential mobs, so let's just down a potion of invisibility and leg it through here. Let's see how long the duration is. We don't actually know, but let's just run. Okay, so about 30 seconds, I want to say, on that potion. This is about, yeah, we're there. So, Marandus is to the south, we're heading north from Marandus, we're about to find the places we're going. Which is nice, because we're almost out of fatigue, and if we get attacked now, damn it. Yeah, we got attacked now, we are not gonna be able to hit anything. We couldn't hit the broadside of a barn while we're this fatigued. Let's take a healing potion, let's take a fatigue restoring potion, just in case. There we are. Whew. Okay, so far so good. So, we're in Punabi. We're supposed to collect the guild dues from Manwë here. And luckily, she's right in the door. she is. And there's a bunch of shrooms here that we could steal. Well, it's not stealing, it belongs to Mother Earth, and I live here, so, you know. You can't own the planet. Oh god, did I do that? I did that. I always do that. Oh no. Oh no. I forgot to click the guild dues conversation option when I was talking to Rhaenys, so I accidentally don't actually have the quest to take Manwë's guild dues. I am such a fool. Okay. Just don't look at me. Don't look. Ah, I am a monster. Oh no. So dumb. Okay, so we're gonna go back and we're gonna come here and we're gonna get the guild dues. But before we do that, we're gonna keep heading north and we'll find the Telvanni dude, who was called Lara Bereloth. We're gonna talk to him. Oh yeah, you exist. Screw you. There we go. Anyone here? Nope. We can get a little bit of practice in here. Damn it. Yeah, these things paralyze you when they bite you, which is why I was checking to make sure that we were alone. If you get accidentally script while you're dealing with one or two other enemies, you're just straight up dead. It's just gonna pounce on you while you're stunned. There we are. This is the place. This is Sullipunt, I think. Yeah. So if I remember correctly, and I'm probably not because there is a lot of dungeons in this game, but if I'm remembering correctly, we just ran out of torch. That was a shitty torch. Okay. Then this place is not hostile. Save just in case, but I think I'm right. No? Okay, cool. So I'm right. This is the hostile place. So we're just gonna go and talk to your master. Goodbye. Anyone here got anything interesting going on?
I really can't help you.
There we go. So I always like the architecture of these places. The like everything in the game, from the flora, the fauna, the geography of the landscape is really cool in Morrowind because it's so different. But the architecture too is like very it's very cool how different it is when you look at like these more traditional buildings, like these little mage strongholds here with their weird panoramic hard glass top floors. There's a bunch of buildings that have this very iconic architectural style that really makes you appreciate how much work must have gone into just imagining and designing the world and how it's supposed to look. So this is the dude we're gonna talk to. Hello, Lara La. Will you please join us? Do I look like a fool? Collect your guilds, your dues from somewhere else. Or at least give me a reason to listen to your dribble. Now, give me a reason to listen to your dribble is code for convince me. Which means that here's where we can work our speechcraft. So, if we take our thief ring, which buffs our personality. And do we have anything else that buffs our personality while we're here? We have any buck musk or something? We don't. Okay. So now we just talk to this guy and see if we can persuade him to think better of us. So it went up a bit. It went up some more. That's good. So this is basically like random chance. This is calculated in the background. There's no mini game or anything. It's just, how is your speechcraft looking? Who are you trying to convince? Let's roll a die in the background and see if it works. And that can lead to you being very I'm admiring you and telling you all these good things about you, and just see your disposition drop like a rock, just like, screw you, I don't swing that way, go home, you Invar, Outlander scum, and eventually it's just like sitting at 0, and you're like, what did I do? I'm sorry. But yeah, it's all like get die rolling, which also means that even if it goes to 0, we can just like keep spamming admire and hope that it goes up eventually, right? Because like the game, if we have a lucky series of rolls, we could buff it from 0 up to like the high 90s, just based on luck, and it just gets easier with higher speechcraft and personality. So now we're up to 68. Let's see if he'll join us. Nope. Still need more admiration. Yep, there we go. We dropped by 1 point. Yeah, Estini, I'm using a bunch of mods. I am using a Morrowind better graphics and sounds overhaul, which takes a lot out of my hardware, but it makes the game look really great. It has like graphic overhauls on a bunch of stuff. And I also have Tamriel Rebuilt, the newest version of that installed. I'll show you that on the map in a moment. A rare thing indeed, thanks. You wanna join us? If I agree to join, will you leave me to my research? Fine, then I will join the Mages Guild next time I'm in Balmora. Nice, so we did it! Through the power of persuasion and diplomacy. We convinced this Telvanni dude to help us out and to join the guild. Now, on the other hand, had we murdered him, we could of course have looted everything he owns, which is, like, also has some profit tied to it. There's a bunch of good stuff here. But we can just come back later on if we want to and steal everything that's not nailed down. We could just bring an invisibility potion and that would be very helpful in that regard. Anyway, so we completed that quest. Let's not use an Almsevii intervention because I don't think we're gonna go to Balmora if we do so. Let's just run back, or at least run close and then pop a scroll. And then we can return and collect the dues from Manwë because we were stupid and we didn't click the actual quest. Alright, so the map, as I was saying. So, again, this is Vvardenfell, which is where we normally play, Solstheim from the Blood Moon expansion. But then Tamriel Rebuilt has added the entire Sacred East. And they're doing continuous work to, like, complete the rest of the Morrowind province. Which is staggeringly, like, phenomenally competent work they're doing. It's really great. I've not spent a lot of time in the Sacred East. I've been over there like on another character once, or just like flew over and looked at everything. Which is like, it's professional level work over there. It's really gorgeous. A lot of work has gone into it. And it's complete with storylines and places and people, so we're definitely gonna go there at some point and just like look at what the mod makers have done. Yep. Steal everything is... stealing everything in this game is very typical procedure. The only reason I am not stealing literally everything is because it takes a lot of like going back and forth. And just to keep like at least a semblance of momentum to this play. I have deliberately chosen to only pick up stuff that has a certain value. Or stuff that I particularly want for some reason. Now there might be dungeons where I'll decide to basically clean house, like for no real reason other than let's just do it. And in those cases we'll be bringing a lot of like feather potions and Tsushima scrolls of Mark and Recall or Almsevii intervention, and we'll just go to town and literally take everything. Which can give you, like, it can get you very rich in this game very fast. But opposed to like other Elder Scrolls titles, you see how like, look at our endurance here. Our endurance is halved, so we had a hard time hitting that rat. Anyway, as opposed to other Elder Scrolls titles, there's actually stuff to spend the gold on. Things in this game can be really expensive. Damn it! Let's get some fatigue going. Let's get some health going. Store health anywhere? There we go. There's a bunch of stuff in this game that we either won't get because we can't afford it, or that we are gonna have to scrim and save to be able to acquire. Or that we're gonna have to steal. Oh, sweet Jesus, no. Oh, no. Run! Oh, no. Oh, God. Help. Tribunal! Almsivi, save me! Vivek! Help! The 9 Divines! We're close enough now. Let's just get out of here. I am not dealing with that. Oh. Get cliff racered. Whew. There's a bunch of good stuff you can like steal in this game if you're committed to it. Let me show you something actually while we're here anyway. I'm gonna show you something that we could steal. We're in a position to steal it. There are different ways of stealing it, but let me just go to the potion vendor for a moment. I'll show you what is probably the easiest way of stealing that thing I'm talking about.
How interesting. A
Right.
tourist.
A tourist. You're a high elf in Vvardenfell. Chill. Alright, so let's see if there is what I think I'm looking for. I'm looking for a potion of telekinesis. Let's see if we can find it. We could also take a potion of invisibility. That is an expensive potion. It probably has a good deal longer duration than the one we took. Luck, Magicka, Spell Reflection, Spell Absorption, Strength, Flynn, Mark and Recall, Teleport spells, Restore Intelligence. Alright, so no dice. But we can take this Potion of Rising Force, which can also do the trick. So let's do that. You're a level 1 character, you're not a mage, you don't have any spells like we do, we don't have any equipment, you just have 35 gold and you paid for a Potion of Rising Force. Boom. So now what you can do, if you know where it's at, is that you can find one of the numerous items that are just like hidden around the world, like, and are only there to reward us for exploring. There's a bunch of good stuff hidden in this game that we can find if we commit to it. So look at this guard tower. This is the eastern guard tower. If we go up here, I just saved because there's a guard up here. Hello. Mumble mumble to you two. I don't like you either. So this Lalu guard is just standing here being annoying. Now, looking around, there's some stuff we could steal here, right? There's some gold we could take. Unfortunately, again, there's a guard there, but we can sneak and we've blocked line of sight. We have a better chance. You can see the little icon down there by our weapon. Basically shows us that we are unobserved. So we could take some gold. And that's fine. We could steal his pillows if we wanted to. We could try to like steal what's in his closet here, which is also some like decent armor and some gold. So we'll take the gold. We don't really want to bother with this armor. We'll actually take later on because that has value. But exactly, the sword. So if we had telekinesis, we could take a sword that is up there, but we can also, because we have this pillar to block his line of sight, we can pop a Potion of Rising Force. We can ascend. And we can steal that sword right there. Now, we need to have the right angle to do so. Save here. But if he doesn't see us, he doesn't. That is the Sword of White Woe. The Sword of White Woe is a decent weapon, but it has a value of 17,000 drakes. 17,000 drakes. So yeah, like, if you're willing to steal, you can make good money in this game very swiftly. It's just a matter of looking around and being unscrupulous. There are people, myself included, who sometimes when we play this game, let's see, I can't really keep the Sword of White Woe because meh, it's too heavy. So let's just drop it here. But we can come up and pick it up later if we want to. So, and we can use it too if we want to. But there are people who, when they play this game, myself included, like sometimes do what's called honor runs. Where you essentially play the game as like an honorable individual. Which is a weird thing to bring to Vvardenfell, because the whole place is decidedly underhanded and backstabby and horrible. But you can do honor runs where you just basically don't steal. And like you only like take stuff that you get through righteous adventuring and through quests and so on, which can also net you a lot of money, but not nearly as much or as swiftly as just being a pilfering scumbag. And by now we're in a spot now where we need a place to stay. So let me show you what I wanted to show you last time, but I forgot. So there's a house here. Let's see what house it is. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's this one, isn't it? It's the one I was literally standing next to. Yeah, it is. Okay. So this house right here. Pretty awesome place. Yes, pilfering scumbag is more fun. Absolutely, I agree. This house right here, simply like locked level 30. Easy enough to pick if you have some security. We don't, but we have these lovely scrolls of Undoozy's unhinging, which is safe because I don't remember if he hates us if we open it. Nope, he doesn't. Okay, fine. So no laws broken for opening this thing. And now let's go into this manor, Tlalo Manor. Now you might notice that our host has our host is indisposed. Raylan Tlalo is no more, unfortunately, and his manor stands empty. So just as we did with the little shitty mud hut inside Aneen, and as we did with the lighthouse, we can appropriate this place for our endeavors. We can take all of his stuff and we can sell it, or we can keep it around because it looks cool and it's not really worth anything. So I feel like we'll just do that. Just keep it there until we need some. Maybe when we get some cool items, we can like clear out a table and place them there and have it look all swagger and awesome. But yeah, this is basically a house we have to ourselves. He has some expensive items on him. We can use. We can sell. Extravagant gloves, extravagant sapphire amulet. These are good stuff for enchanting. Here's another ring with the same value as the one, not the same value, but it's another ring with a good value that we can enchant later. I say we have the mansion to ourselves, but actually, Raylan Tlalo's servant girl, Urine Nirith, is still here. But she doesn't leave this room, so we can just basically like shut the door and pretend she doesn't exist, and now we have a ghost under where we sleep, but that's fine, she'll just be here. This is now our place. Is there a mod that helps us place item in a decorative area? I would imagine there is. I don't know for sure that that's the case for Morrowind, but when Morrowind was released, with the game, you got basically like a creativity tool that let you mess with the game. I don't remember what it's called. Like it was an editor that you could use to change anything in the game that you wanted to. You could create new stuff, and that level of freedom was what spurred a lot of the mod making for the game. Considering that, I would be surprised if you couldn't find a mod somewhere that let you like get fully creative with the decorative items. But we can, of course, like we have a limited amount of ability. Like we can't really place items super decoratively, but we can like change the angle that we place it at a bit and so on. We have a bit of room to do that, but not a lot. The construction kit is right. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I spent a lot of hours doing absolutely nothing with that thing. Because I did not have the skills required to use it properly, but I did do like some small stuff and some tinkering. That was fun. Anyway, so we'll notice that we found the body of Raylan Tlalo, and now we'll just like empty some crates out, and we'll use those to store our junk. We'll use this to store alchemical things, And once this is filled to the brim and it can no longer contain more alchemical junk, then we'll know it's time to start brewing some potions. We'll hunker down and just get crazy with alchemy. And there we go. We'll throw our soul gems in this one, I think. So we have alchemical equipment in one box, we have enchanting equipment in another box. And these things don't the boxes don't empty out. They don't. We won't lose our items from putting it in existing containers. However, if you're playing Morrowind for the first time, you're like, let's try that out. Let's go and like store some stuff in different crates and so on. Don't ever put items into a container that was empty when you initially found it. That is the one exception. Containers like these one that had items in them are perfectly safe. These will never reset. These items will stay here forever. If the thing was empty when you found it, I don't know if we can find an empty container here. No, it doesn't seem like it. But if it was, then I don't remember. Yeah, we took stuff out of this one, so this one is good. This is safe too. But if there is an empty container, that might reset. And you will lose everything you put in there. We could also, if we wanted to, just as a little bullshit trickery, this is an exploit, but it's fun. Corpses, like this one, that if I click this, it won't dispose of the corpse. Like the tax collector we found earlier. Corpses like these have no weight limit. No container limit. So we could actually store everything in the entire game on this guy, and he would not run out of space. So we can fit all of Vvardenfell inside this person. Just wash that image from your mind now, so we can return to being normal and functional. But yeah, that's a thing we could do, and he will also never magically lose our stuff. So, let's see, oh, I need to drop this one off too. We need to sell this limeware platter. We have some books that we can read soon enough. These belts and these shirts and so on. Let's strip this guy. Why not? If we're gonna have a corpse, let's make it just littering the ground. Let's make it a party. Whoop! Yeah! Whoop whoop! Nice. Now it just looks like he's fucking thrashed around. He's been having a kegger and now he's just wasted on the ground. We'll imagine that the corpse is just a person who's unconscious, and that will make the downstairs living space less ghoulish to be in. So, yeah, we have some space left over, so let's take the stuff from upstairs. We'll keep the pillow for luxury's sake. We'll get these things out of the way. That's a nice ring. I'm gonna keep that. And then let's go and sell this junk, and then we'll find out what to do next. We'll go and get the quest from Rhaenys, and we'll actually go and collect Manwë's guild dues. We'll put items that we want to enchant later on in this one. So, Vitellius's rings here. Extravagant shoes, extravagant shirts. All of these, we could essentially enchant all of these clothes that we just picked off the corpse. Corpse clothing is the best kind of enchanted item. So let's just take these things and put it here for later use, and we'll sell the rest. We can empty out his storage while we're at it. Get all of the stuff in one place. We'll just take note if there are any empty containers, which as it turns out there are not. That means that we know now that we can safely store anything we want in all of these crates and boxes and bags and whatever. That's nice. So, we're good. Let's drop the alchemical ingredients off in here. Should really have done like all of that to begin with, so I only had to do this once. Another thing this game could benefit from in terms of modding is a simple mod that made it so that you could just like shift click items over into the container, right? So you have 2 containers open, then I'll get this out of the way here so we can see what's actually in it. But yeah, and a mod that made it so you could just click it and it would shift into the next container instead of having to do this like drag and drop stuff. One of the things that is in this mod that is very very convenient is the fact that when I'm picking stuff off the ground, like I'm picking alchemical ingredients like flowers and so on, right? You've seen me do it. When I do that, it has been the flowers and stuff has been replaced with Morrowind's Oblivion and Skyrim-esque ingredients instead. So when I pick a flower off the ground, I just click it. It says you have picked so and so many flowers, and then a graphics change happens to the flower. But in vanilla Morrowind, all the flowers were containers, like boxes and crates and barrels. So you would click the flower, and it would open, and then you would pick the flower out of the flower's inventory and into yours. That was basically just like, again, it's a thing with the time of this game was created, but it's very nice that they've modded that. Despite all the things I could point to in this game and be like, I think Morrowind did it better, like that most Elder Scrolls titles. There are some like little conveniences and like UI elements that are simply better in the following titles. Although this menu here is so much better than the awkwardness of Oblivion and Skyrim. Like those, let's waste 90% of our screen real estate screens. Like those screens, my first reaction when playing those games was just like being repulsed by the inventory design of those games. Let's see if we can sell our swag to Revere. He has 600 gold left. Revere, buy all my junk. Like literally all of it. Was selling a pair of expensive shoes, but never mind. Have some paper. Don't know. Let's see. Anything else? No, it's fine. Okay. And give me 5 more gold than you want to. There we are. Alright. And then we'll talk to Rhaenys. We'll get the quest for Manwë's guild dues. There we go. Manwë has failed to pay her guild dues for several years, and she now owes over 2,000 septims. Allegedly, she is researching something in Punabi, near Lara Beriloth in Sulipund. If you can convince her to pay the dues, I will split them with you. Otherwise, kill her.
Is there something I can do for you, Outlander?
Well, no, not really. So now we can go, and we still have a scroll of Film Intervention to get back. Okay, so we can run back to Punabi now and talk to Manwë. Yeah, they did mod a better UI for Skyrim. When I played that game initially, I was like, this is horrible, and then I was like, just like put the game on pause and waited for that mod, and it came out really like somewhat quickly. I want to say the first UI mods we started seeing those. I think some of them were a bit buggy to begin with, but even a buggy UI overhaul was better than a fully functional whatever that garbage was they shipped with the real game. That was in... I don't even know if they still do that, because it's been a while since I've played console games, but that is my, like, primary gripe with... What am I even doing? I'm going the wrong way. One of the main gripes I have with console ports is that they just do, like, the hardware shift, right? Like, they just make it so that the game that they designed for a console can operate on a computer, and then, like, that's it. It's just silly. Like, there is the way you interact with those with like a console and a computer are so staggeringly different, and it is not okay to have these like chump ass, stilted ass, weak interfaces that we have on consoles applied to computers. Because the medium, like, we expect more and we should have more, and it's not a lot to ask for. So just like do a functionality change to the fucking UI. Oh dear. We're in a fatigue spot again. So... there we are. We hit it. Our fatigue is getting up. We can do it. There we are. So, like, the UI of that game, not to belabor the point, the UI was not that bad, no. It was just sufficiently annoying to me. Because it was essentially just like a bunch of wasted screen real estate. And so a thing about me, my education, amongst other things, focuses on usability and interaction design. So I probably had a bit more of a severe reaction to that kind of thing than other people would. But I just, like, whenever I see stuff like that, I start counting the amount of clicks I need to do, and in my head I'm like, we could have done this with 2 clicks. Why am I up to 16 clicks? This is stupid. I hate you. That's just how it works for me. Yep. Oh god! Oh god! Sweet Jesus, no. Anything... Any item? There were so many cliff races. I hate my life. This is why you do, like, Vvardenfell is so inhospitable, but it's a delight to be here because it is like a real adventure just leaving the safety of the cities. But okay, what do we do? We could try and fly away. We could pop Ancestor's Guardian to, like, get essentially untargetable. And then we could use this levitation to fly to Sullypunt. I think that's actually what we're gonna do. Please work. I need it to work. I need it to work. Nope. Damn. Restore Magicka, try again. And we pop the Ancestor's Guardian, or we're gonna die. Still no dice on that spell. Oh god. Alright, let's get out of here. Healing potions. Oh, sweet heaven. Okay, we're here. We're safe.